Hey folks, Matt Robertson here, digital marketing strategist for D2C e-commerce brands. In this video, I want to walk you through a discounting strategy that allows you to have multiple discounts running at the same time on a single shop page of your Shopify store. This is useful if you have a lot of variability in your product margins because it allows you to discount your higher margin products more than your lower margin products. A bonus feature of this strategy is that it allows you to leave some products undiscounted altogether. For example, maybe you don't want to discount your scarcer products or your limited releases. It's also good to leave some undiscounted products in the mix, even if they're not scarce, because some customers will end up buying these products at full price, bringing down the average discount per order and improving your overall gross margin for the sale. Now, you might be wondering, why not just use compare at prices, the product level discounting feature native to Shopify? Let me show you what I mean by that. This is a product in Shopify, and when you scroll down to here, you got your price, and then you got your compare at price. Regular retail price is $6. If I want to put this item on sale, just this single item, you could say today it's $5 and our compare at price is $6. Great, right? Problem solved. The problem is if you put items on sale here, then any discount codes that you have floating around out there, like your welcome offer, for example, can be applied on top of the product level discount, which can quickly lead to unintentionally deep discounts. And that is why I want to show you a better approach. Let's jump in. Okay, we're going to use the brand Underground Meats as an example. Here is their shop page. We're going to click into that. And the goal is to set up 3 different discounts on this one page that automatically apply to 3 different groups of products. And when we're finished, it's going to look something like this mock-up here, which has different discounts highlighted throughout the page. There's 15% off of this product, 20% off of this product, 25% off down here. And then certain products like this limited run curry goat salami has no discount at all, along with many others. And we're hoping that customers will add these to their cart in addition to some of the sale items to minimize the overall discount that is applied to their order. I'm also going to show you how to get these discount tags to appear, which highlight for the customer which items are at which discount. And then last but not least, we'll add a little hero section at the top that explains the details of our offers. All right, our first task is to make our discount codes. In order to do so, we first want to tag the products that we want in each different group so that we can make product collections with them and then base our discounts on those collections. These tags will serve another purpose too when it comes time to highlight which products have which discount, which I will show you in a little bit. Let's say that we want our discounts to correspond with the 3 product types that we see here, that they have listed on their shop page. They have bundles, they have slicing salamis, and they have spreadable salamis. They certainly don't need to correspond with the product types that we've already got built. But for simplicity's sake and for keeping this presentation organized, I think it'll help to do it this way. So jumping over to the Shopify admin, we're going to go to products and then filter down to active products here. Now we can add an additional filter here for product type. And then we're going to select bundles to show all of our bundles from our shop page here. That's the first group of products that we're going to tag. Since these are bundles, they already have a discount applied to them. And so we want to discount them less than individual packs of salami. So they're going to be our least discounted products on our shop page. Our first step is to tag the ones we want to be on sale. So let's say randomly, we're just going to say that these 3 are going to have a 15% discount applied to them. These 3 we're going to leave undiscounted, altogether. So what we're going to do next is tag them by going over to here, under more actions, add tags, and then let's just call it example 15 for 15%. We're going to click here to add that tag because it doesn't exist yet in our tagging structure. And then we're going to save it. Now those 3 items should have the tag applied to it. And we're just going to look at this one to double check and make sure. And if we scroll down to the tags section, we'll see it there. Example 15. Now we're going to do roughly the same thing with our other 2 product types, the slicing salamis and the spreadable salamis. But we're going to do that with, we're going to apply different discounts to them. So let's clear the bundles product type filter and we'll add a new filter then, again, product type. And then this time we're going to select slicing salamis. And let's pretend that slicing salamis for this brand have the lower margin of the 2 types of salami. So we want to discount them at 20%. And then spreadable salamis, which have the higher margin of the 2 different types of salamis, we will discount at 25%. So same deal here. We're going to select, well, there's a bunch of these, so let's just select them all, and then we will deselect some of them. The curry goat salami, that's a limited run product, so we don't want to discount that at all, and maybe we'll just randomly again deselect some of the other ones so they won't be tagged. So now we're going to tag those, and we'll call it example 20. Add that. Click save. Then we will remove that filter, add a product type filter, and now we're doing our spreadable salamis. We got 3 of those. We're going to just select 2 of them. And again, add tags. Example 25 for 25%. Add it. Click save. Cool. Now we can create separate collections for the items we've just tagged. And to do that, we're going to go over here to collections, and we're going to create a new one. And let's just call our first one sale 15. And we're going to choose smart collection type. Tag is equal to example 15. Now we don't really want these collections to appear in any of our sales channels or for SEO to be able to crawl them. So we're going to go over here and click manage, deselect all, done. And then we're going to click save. And as you can see, it pulled in the 3 bundles that we tagged with example 15. Next, we'll do the same for sale 20. And there you have it. Pulled in the items we tagged as 20% off. And then we'll do one last one for sale 25. Okay, brilliant. We have our 3 collections created. Next step is to create our discounts based off of those collections. So we're going to jump over here to discounts and then add discount. And we're going to choose amount off products. And we're going to choose automatic because we don't want the customer to have to manually apply a discount code. We're going to call this example 15. We're going to say the percentage is 15%. And then we're going to leave it at specific collections. and select our sale 15 collection that we just created. Great. Now we could add a minimum, say $50, but what this is saying here is that the minimum applies only to selected collections, meaning that for this discount to apply, the customer would need to have $50 worth of products from this collection alone. It's not saying that their cart total has to be $50. It's saying that they need to have $50 from the sale 15 collection, which we don't want. Now, it would be nice to have an overall minimum for their cart value, but that's a limitation of Shopify. And in this case, I don't think we want that. I think it would be too complicated to explain those conditions to the customer that they need to have. They need to have a minimum of X amount for each of the 3 different offers that we're creating. Instead, I think what we want to do is rely on the nature of the sale itself to get people to add more to their carts. We can always monitor the AOV of orders during the sale as orders are coming in, just to make sure that the AOV is staying at or above where we want it. Okay, so we're going to remove that, say no minimum, and then combinations. Here we want to allow a product discount combination for all 3 of our different discounts that we're creating. We want them to be able to be combined. We're not saying that the customer will be able to stack these because there's no overlap in the products between the 3 different collections. So we're going to check that, and then we're going to add a expiration to the code and then save it. Now we want to clone this and do the same for our other 2. Example 20, change our percentage to 20 and our collection to sale 20. Everything else is the same. And then we'll duplicate again for our final code. 25% off. We're going to remove the sale 20 from the previous one. Everything else stays the same. Save that discount. Great. Now that we've created our 3 discounts, we can go over to our shop page and test if these are working or not. So let's refresh it, and we're going to add some products to our cart that we know are on sale. So let's do our black garlic salami. That's one of our sliceable salamis, and that's at 20% off. So great, that one worked. Let's add one of our spreadable salamis. Nduja, we're going to add that to the cart. And there you have it, example 25. The code is applying. And let's see if our bundles work too. Nothing but the hits. Example 15, that's getting the 15% off. If you did the math here, it would show 15%. Let's add one that isn't on sale just to see if that's also working. That's we know our curry goat is not on sale, and there you can see that there's no code being applied. Of course, the customer can't see yet which items are on sale, so our next and final step is to highlight which products have which discount. Okay, so for this part, we're going to need to add a little bit of code to our theme. And every Shopify theme is different in how its theme files are structured. So all I can do here is show you how it works on this particular store's theme. Another important disclaimer I need to make, I'm not a developer myself, but I was able to back and forth with ChatGPT to help me dial in which code snippets to put where within this theme files to achieve what we're trying to achieve here. And so if you're not a developer either, I recommend working with ChatGPT to figure out specifically what code to put where. And as I'm sure you know, and as always, it's important to make a backup of your theme before you do any kind of editing in your theme files so that you're able to revert to your backup theme if something breaks. In this case, I've already made a backup theme, so I'm going to go directly into the code files there by editing code, and I've already worked with ChatGPT, I was able to determine that I need to put some code into this theme's card-product.liquid file and some code into custom-styles.css. So after a bunch of back and forthing and trial and error with ChatGPT's recommendations, this is the code that I determined needs to go in our card-product.liquid file. And looking at what this code is doing here, it's saying that if the tags contain example 15, then put this text in the product card, and we'll see what that looks like in just a moment. But 15% off if it's tagged with example 20, 20% off, and 25%, etc. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste it in right here to line 215. That's what ChatGPT recommended. And after figuring out the context, it makes sense. We're going to save that. And now coming over here, when you refresh the page, it's actually showing 20% off on the product cards where 20% off applies, and 25% off where 25% applies, etc. But obviously, we don't want it to look like that. And that's where the second bit of code comes in on our styles CSS file. Now our custom styles here will be targeting the product badges that we created up here. Again, product badge example 15 is products that contain the tag example 15. Down here, we're just targeting that and saying that the background color is this hex code, and then the color of the text itself is white. And same for example 20, example 25, and up here is basic styling for all the product badges that's being overridden by these specific styles here. So we'll take that whole chunk of code, go into our custom CSS file, and paste it right at the bottom. Click Save. Now, when we refresh this, it's going to take this text and style it. And as you can see, we've got 20% off is in yellow, 25 is in green, and then our bundles down here that we wanted the smallest discount on is 15% off. It's clear to the customer which are which. And again, when you go to cart, those codes are actually being applied. Now, I know that was not the best explanation of how code works, but again, I'm not a developer, and I encourage you to use ChatGPT if you're not a developer either. We're going to exit out of our theme files. And our last step now is to go in and actually add a hero section to our shop page so that we can explain the sale. In this case, I know it's the default collection that our sale page is based on. I've already built a section. If you have a Shopify 2.0 theme, you can add a section at the top of your shop page, or of any collection for that matter. And in this case, I'm using an app called Flexi to create these sections. And I've already got one built here. And what I want to say is probably something more along the lines of, instead of take 20% off of all salamis, we're not doing that in this case. We're going to say instead, take up to 25% off select salamis and bundles. We're going to save that. Oh, and by the way, you could leave it as a minimum order of 60 and hope that your customers register that and as a result, add up to $60 worth of product to their cart. Of course, we're not able to enforce that on a discount level, but it doesn't hurt to put that there. And then we'll save that. And when we refresh our page, we've got the complete experience. Take up to 25% off, select salamis and bundles, and the customer can go through and add whatever they want. Now that we've built out our sale infrastructure, if we want to change up the products within the different sales tiers at any point, it's as simple as adding and removing the corresponding tags. So that is all for this video. Thank you for watching, and if you found it helpful, please give it a like and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Cheers.